Nerd Takes, Bourbon, Knob Creek 18, John,
Justin,
and we've got Bill ready for this one. So pretty excited to do for this one. I think we actually did this for the 15 when it came out. I think we did last year. Mm-hmm. So I was lucky enough to get my hands on the Knob Creek 18 year, and we're gonna get into this. But let's do a little history. So Knob Creek is an American brand of Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey by Beam Suntory, the subsidiary of Suntory Holdings of Osaka, Japan, at the Jim Beam Distillery in Claremont, Kentucky. It is one of 4 Jim Beam small batch bourbon brands targeted for the high-end liquor market. Its siblings are Booker's, Baker's, and Basil Hayden's. I guess they ran out of B words and they went with Knob.
I was surprised. So we visited the Jim Beam Distillery a couple years ago, and I had no idea that Knob Creek was a part of their brand, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, and we are fans of Jim Beam.
We do like the Jim Beam. Going all the way back to college, baby.
All the way back to college. So a little bit on this one. So this is from the website. This limited edition release celebrates the 30th anniversary of Knob Creek, a milestone measured by time, effort, and commitment to the never-ending pursuit of craft. Knob Creek upholds the highest principles of bourbon making with low-proof distillation, rigid warehouse barrel selection, and patient maturation for full flavor extraction. Experience Knob Creek 18 year for yourself and raise a glass to the pursuit of craft.
So this is from their sales pitch.
It was straight from the website.
Okay,
yeah.
Good.
The bash bill on this one is 77% corn, 13 rye, 10 malted barley. It's aged for 18 years and it's 100 proof.
Okay.
It's got some tasting note stuff, but I figured, I could say the color. It's rich copper tones with auburn hues. Sure.
I would agree.
I would agree.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking.
So I'm gonna try and guess what I think maybe some nose flavor profiles on here.
Yeah, they've got aroma, taste, and finish on here, so we can compare and contrast.
So I don't know if it's banana, but it's something like that, like a banana shortbread or a cake. I'm getting that's what I get.
Well, I'm just saying that.
I also think there's maybe some type of like cherries or cherry jubilee there.
Maybe some like brown sugar.
Definitely some sugar.
Yeah.
That's on there. None of your
God
stuff
damn it. What is on there?
So brown sugar and aged oak. I mean, this is real basic generic shit.
Yeah.
Sugar oak with notes of char and caramel. Like pretty much any bourbon ever. I actually got a little bit of funk when I first smelled it. Not a bad funk, but a good funk. But definitely the oak, because we'll get a lot of that because it's sat in barrels for 18 years.
18 years,
so it's going to be oak, and then some leather.
Okay, so now we're on to the.
Now we can taste.
I already tasted a minute ago, so I'm on my second taste. So that there is where I get like leather and tobacco, and
and oak.
Hate to be redundant, but like that's definitely there.
It's going to be a prevalent note because of just the age.
But it's kind of sweet on the initial palate, but it's definitely like heating up afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
It's got a long finish.
Yeah. It's not super hot though, right, Dad?
No, not at all.
Shouldn't be.
It's very, very, very smooth in a way.
Yeah, I mean for an 18 year, hopefully it'd be smooth.
Well, especially at 100. I mean, it's not like a cask strength 18 year.
So what were we supposed to get?
100 proof. So for the taste, full bodied with notes of caramelized oak and hints of sweet vanilla and baking spices. Again, these are all pretty bland, generic. There's nothing like the specific callouts that you were trying to do that we see in other reviews where it's like, Bananas Foster and Baked Alaska.
I'm getting too specific. This is the problem.
You're getting two in the weeds, man. You got to say hi. You got to stay up here.
So then for finish, is this basic as well?
Yeah, warm finish with spice and light floral and fruit notes, which is accurate. It's still sitting right here for me.
I'm getting
especially with the spice.
This is where I'm really getting some cherries. This is where I'm getting like, I don't know if it's like a peach. What are the fruits called with seeds in them?
Peaches?
No.
Plums?
No, it's like a generic.
Cherries?
Yeah, sure, all of those.
Fruits that grow on trees?
For 500, Alex. Yeah,
We ruled out bananas, right?
apparently bananas wasn't an original. I thought I
Hey
got it.
man, if you got it, you got
I
it.
got it. I got the bananas.
If you got the bananas, then you got it.
So what does this MSRP for again?
This is $170.
Okay. What would you say like the traditional secondary market might be for something like this?
I don't know. Probably double that.
Double it at least.
300.
Yeah.
I think is what, like, from a trade value perspective, that's kind of what I've seen it going for.
Well, I'm just gonna say, like, as far as like overall thoughts, like I think this is a really freaking great tasting bourbon.
I think it's a good pour, and I think especially when you compare it to, like, we did the 15-year. The 15-year was just kind of,
It was underwhelming.
it was underwhelming. It was probably it was too oaky.
Mm-hmm.
It was too much of that wood and that oak and just kind of like that. Whereas this one, you can get some of those, like, normal, like the normal bourbon notes they talk about. Like you mentioned the brown sugar or vanilla and, caramelized oak, like kind of the traditional bourbon flavor profile, which is impressive for something that is that old.
Yeah.
And it's not just straight leather and oak.
What are your overall thoughts there, Dad?
Smooth, little heat at the end. I don't taste a lot of the caramelized oak, but I do taste a kind of the fruity kind of flavors. It's one of those bourbons that I would definitely drink by itself. I mean, it doesn't need ice. It doesn't need obviously no mix. Anybody puts a mix, but it's crazy.
Yeah. I think you put like sugars with this, it would actually be too sweet.
Yeah, I think my
Mhm.
brother Steven would probably put Coke with it. And I'll tell him, just why don't you buy house bourbon and call the same thing.
Yeah.
So,
No.
Well, next time just switch them out.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's
pay
all.
attention.
He won't know.
Tell him it's good stuff and give him the shitty stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. So time to rake.
It's time to rate. What do you think?
So I am leaning towards, I'm not leaning towards, I'm just going to make a decision.
Do it.
And that is that I'm giving this an 8. This is a Stormtrooper Luke. This is, it's hard to go to a 9 or 10 because I don't want that to be, I mean, it's almost like that's got to be like one of the best tasting things of all time. And it's really high up there. I think that if you can get your hands on this for the MSRP, even maybe slightly above it, it's awesome. It's definitely worth like having and cracking open on special occasions. So I give it a solid 8. Solid Stormtrooper Luke. What do you got?
I was thinking the same thing. I didn't want to go all the way to the top because it's really good, but I don't want to underwhelm it with a 6 or 7. I think 8 was the. I was leaning at 8 before you said anything, so I'm just going to stay with 8 as well.
Just to be clear, you were not copying after me.
That was not.
You already had pre-decided.
I could have written it down.
He wrote it on a piece of
in
paper.
a piece of paper and stuck it in my pocket and
Okay.
sat on the piece of paper.
There you go.
All right. What do you got? What do you got?
I'm gonna go one tick below.
Okay.
I'm gonna go Dagoberg. Still pretty good. If I was doing it, if I was doing it, I would do 7.5. But I'm gonna make a decision, and I'm gonna say 7. I enjoy it. I like it. It doesn't, like, again, to your point, like, to get to like the 8, 9, 10s, like, it's really it's gotta knock your socks off. And while this is good, it just doesn't have that kind of wow factor to it. Again, is it something that I'll stick away, open up for special occasions? Friends come over. Yeah, you need to try this.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Get your hands on it. You absolutely should, especially if you like some of the, like you heard our review, if you like some of those tones of like an aged with oak, like lots of wood, but still some sweetness. But this is definitely your jam. But if you're looking for something that is, like some of the flavor notes that you were talking about, like bananas and that stuff, like this may not be what you're looking for.
Yeah. All right. Well, nerd takes for the Knob Creek 18.
Overall, pretty good.
Yeah. Cheers. Next time.
Cheers.